welcome to Philip's Thoughts. I had a thought. You know, I like chocolate chip cookies. I also like pumpkin pie. Now, this is the time of year, Halloween's coming, and you know, there's pumpkin everything. There's pumpkin lattes, pumpkin bars, pumpkin cakes. I don't see pumpkin cookies, and I'm wondering why. So, what I've decided to do is basically take a pumpkin pie and a chocolate chip cookie, and let's put them together. Now, as I was thinking it through, trying to figure out like, okay, what ingredients do I want to put in there? I was kind of torn about a couple things. So we're going to make 2 cookies. 2, not 4, 2. Just 2. So what we're going to do is we're going to make 1 cookie. It's going to have, you know, of course, the pumpkin in there on both of them. But we're going to have one with just oatmeal. So this is just some, you know, old-fashioned oats. We're going to go ahead and add in there. And then we're going to take something a little bit different. We're going to take some pepitas. What these are the insides of pumpkin seeds. And we're going to put those in the other one. Now these are just roasted. There's no salt on these. So, should come out well, I think. But we're going to go ahead and try that. So we're going to have a pumpkin on pumpkin cookie, and then we're going to have a pumpkin with oatmeal cookie. And I think the oatmeal will help, you know, give it some body and stuff too. So, anyways, let's go ahead and get cooking and see how these work out. Alrighty, so, you know, if you're on a diet, you may want to turn your volume down so you don't hear all the ingredients. Basically here, what we're starting off with is we've got 3/4 a cup of regular granulated sugar, and then we have 2 1/4 cups of brown sugar. The reason I'm using a lot of brown sugar is the brown sugar will help make a chewier cookie. If you like a crisper, thinner cookie, substitute, you know, 3/4 of the, you know, or 1/3 of the brown sugar here with regular plain white sugar, and that'll give you a crispier cookie, you know, but I like to have a nice chewy cookie that, you know, kind of lasts over time. And what I'm doing now is I'm going to go ahead and just add in our butter. I did go ahead and microwave this to make it a little bit softer, make it easier to mix in. This is 1 pound of butter. That's 4 sticks, unsalted. And we're going to go ahead and get this stirred in. Alrighty, once we get that worked in good, we're going to go ahead and add our eggs. I've got 4 eggs. Okay, and once we have all our eggs mixed in, I'm going to go ahead and add our spices and get this all mixing in. Now what I've got here is I've got 2 tablespoons of cinnamon, 2 teaspoons of ground ginger, a teaspoon of ground cloves. This here is about 1.5 teaspoons of ground nutmeg. And then we've got a couple teaspoons of baking soda and a couple teaspoons of salt. And I'm just going to go ahead and shake these all in here. And this is going to be a spicy cookie. It's going to, you know, definitely have that pumpkin pie flavor to it. So we'll go ahead and just give this a quick mix in here. Alright, now I'm using a 29-ounce can of pumpkin mix. This is just pure pumpkin. Alrighty, got all that pumpkin in there. Let's go ahead and get that mixed in. Alrighty, now we're going to go ahead and start adding our flour to the mix. I don't know exactly how much to use here. Again, this is a new recipe. I've never done this before. I'm thinking probably going to be about 5 cups or so, maybe a little bit more. So let's get started. We're going to do our first cup and we'll mix it in. And cup number 2. number 3. Cup number 4. Alrighty, cup number 5. Alright, we're going to go for cup number 6. Batter's still a little wet, so I'm going to go ahead and add a 1/7 cup of flour here. And, I wasn't sure how much I was going to have to add, just because, the pumpkin is definitely moist. Adds a lot of moisture to the cookie, so we're going to go ahead and add the more flour to thicken up our cookie dough. Alrighty, now comes the good part. We're going to go ahead and add our chocolate chips. There is 4 cups of chocolate chips we've added. Okay, now that we've got that done, what I want to do is separate out half of this into another bowl. So we can do our 2 different types of cookies. I think that's about half. We'll go ahead and, for this batch, we'll go ahead and add the oatmeal. Now I'm not sure the oatmeal will counteract all the effects of the pound of butter and all the sugar from the chocolate chips and just the sugar in general that's gone into here, but hey, we'll take it. And this one here, we will add our pepitas. Now we're going to get our sheet pan. And I've opted to use a smaller scoop on these. We're just going to go and put those right on the pan. I'm hoping that with all the butter and everything, they'll just slide off and won't have to worry about greasing the pan. Again, this is an experiment, so who knows what's going to happen. Well, alrighty, we've got those in the oven. They're in a 375-degree Fahrenheit oven right now, and I'm going to let them end up going probably 10 to 12 minutes. I'm going to keep an eye on them, see how they're doing. I tell you, it just smells wonderful in here. It smells like there's pumpkin pies all over the place. And that's before I even got them in the oven. That's just from the cookie batter sitting here on the table. So let's see how these turn out, and better yet, see how they taste. Alrighty, we've let these go about 12 minutes in there. This is the one with the pepita, and this is the oatmeal. So let's go ahead and, we'll try the pepita one first. This is different. Still warm. Seem to be well done. The pizza's give it a nice crunch. I like that. Of course, I like nuts on my cookies, so that's really good. The inside's nice and creamy. Outside's crunchy. Of course, right now the chocolate's nice and gooey. So yeah, that's really good. Gotta stop eating that one. Go over here to the oatmeal one. And the pumpkin and spice flavors come through really nice. It's not overpowering. I was afraid it might be with all the spice that I put in there. These did not flatten out like a normal chocolate chip cookie would, but I think that's because of all the pumpkin adding some structure to it with the fiber from the pumpkin. Plus, there's at least 2 extra cups of flour in there than I would normally use if I was just making chocolate chip cookies. So I think that added to the shape of these, which is, you know, it's nice little bite. Yeah, I like both of them. I think these are a winner. I say we get out there and start making some pumpkin cookies. You know, there's no reason to stick with pumpkin bread and pumpkin bars all the time. We can do a pumpkin cookie, add some chocolate to it. I was thinking as I took these out that what would be really nice too is just to make a simple white sugar, you know, glaze, and, you know, kind of drizzle that over the top of these a little bit. You know, that way it kind of mimic, you know, pumpkin pie with whipped cream or something. I think that would be really good. Or, you know, better yet, just take 2 of these, take some buttercream frosting, and make a sandwich. You know, you can get a little bit of both worlds out of that. So, yeah, another success, I would say, in this experiment. So give it a shot. You know, try it out. You know, see if you can find the pepitas. Again, these were unsalted ones. You know, if you like a salty bite, you know, you might try the salt ones, but I was afraid the salt would overpower the cookie. I'm glad I just went with the roasted. Turned out really well. Adds a nice crunch. You know, I like having salted sunflower seeds and that. We make those, you know, pretty regularly, you know, after we get our pumpkins and carve them every year. So, you know, what we don't do that with, we, you know, try planting more pumpkins with, but in the garden. Anyways, no, I really like these. These are great. And, you know, if you like this recipe, and you can always cut it in half. You know, I did a double batch here just because of doing the 2 different flavors. And, you know, go ahead and give it a shot. Please, if you like this, come back for more. You know, please subscribe to the channel so you can come back, get some more interesting recipes as we try new things. So, until then, keep thinking up new ideas, guys.